Have you ever needed someone to talk to? Ever felt you're just another face in the crowd? Ever felt overwhelmed by the stresses of life and work? If you have, you're not alone. Many people find it increasingly difficult to juggle the demands of life, relationship difficulties, financial challenges, no job, pressure of a job, ill health. Sadly, all too familiar stories. We all need somewhere to turn to at times for support and friendship. Being part of a caring community is a key part of God's plan for human beings, and yet all around us we encounter people who feel isolated in a busy and fragmented world.
Back in 2009, a group of Christians got together to consider how we can best support people who don't come to church. We quickly realised that for many people, the place where they have their friends and relationships is the workplace. We also realised that when it comes to going out and about and meeting people where they are, that's exactly what Jesus did. We can so easily wait for people to come to us in our churches, and of course they do. But God is a God who sends us to search out the brokenhearted and those in need. We say come, God says go.
In February 2011, Derby City Centre Chaplaincy was set up to offer no strings attached pastoral care for the thousands of people who work in Derby City Centre.
I'm Jane. I work in human resources at Bennett's of Viringate up in the Cathedral Quarter. I think it's a fine balance between work and home. People have to come out to work. They're finding the hours to suit. That's difficult. And family life, fitting it all in together. I get a lot from Kevin. I always feel quite uplifted when Kevin's been. And I think, you know, Kevin coming into the workplace, people are always pleased to see him, and they probably talk to Kevin more at work than coming to church to find someone to talk to. And he's very easy to talk to and very helpful, yeah. I try to see him every time he comes in, and I feel quite uplifted when he's been. I personally gain a lot out of Kevin's visits.
I'm Jonathan Cooper, working at Hunter's, a furniture shop in the middle of Derby. Our chaplain's Peter, and he comes in and he mingles with the staff, and, you know, we really feel he is part of the family, if you wish. He comes in a very informal manner and talks away to everybody, and of course everybody's got pressures, both at work and at home. And Peter's somebody who can, if you wish, listen to these and give an impartial view. But equally, it's something that is done in total confidence. There certainly isn't any preaching involved, that's for certain. But it's just a really nice, impartial chat, if you wish, and people can get things off the chest.
Yes, I've been coming to Hunters now for about 4 years. And what I like especially about coming to Hunters is the freedom as a chaplain to be welcomed in. They can share with me any concerns freely, and that gives a freedom to be able to share things in a deeper kind of way, which is not always possible, and that's great.
Sandra is our chaplain in store. She visits us once a week, probably more if we'd like her to. She offers that friendly ear to everybody in store, no matter who they are. And we find often it's that impartial view that's really important to people. There is a service in M&S that people can use, they can talk to, but it's nice to have a face-to-face contact with someone who is separate to M&S as an organisation. We also have a number of employees who do have health problems in the store, and people who have family members with health problems. And I think where we found Sandra to be really add value is just to add be a friendly ear to those people in their hour of need.
As the chaplaincy has grown, so have the areas in which chaplains serve. From the initial focus supporting those working in the retail sector, there are now chaplains working in 5 other sectors: business, entertainment, sport, education and social care. Chaplains come from different churches and have very different gifts, but they all share a calling to reflect God's light and love to the people who work and shop in the city centre. Our belief is simply that God loves Derby and the people here, and we want to share that love in practical ways.
The biggest pressure for residents coming into a nursing home is the transition from going from their own home to a nursing home. So as much as we like to class it as their own home, and it is, it's just not the same. So they need support in that big move. Anna, who comes in to see the residents, she's happy to have one-to-one meetings with them and discuss how they're feeling, their thoughts, and whether she can do anything to help other than the nursing staff.
I believe personally it's very important for our residents. A lot of them are elderly, they're not able to go to church, and church would have been part of their lives years ago. All our residents are 60 and above. So I do believe it's a vital service. One of our residents, their relative actually said when they came to Brookfields, they could actually feel the Christian elements here, which I found very, very encouraging.
So what kind of people does God call into chaplaincy?
My name is Robin. I'm the chaplain to the Derby Trailblazers, which is Derby's basketball team. My son started going to the youngest age training group on a Saturday morning. It was sat there in the bleachers watching him train that rekindled my own passion for playing. And so I contacted the club chairman and he showed me where I could get involved myself and start playing again. But also while I was there, I said to him about the possibility of becoming a chaplain to the team. Like all chaplaincy, it's about being there for people. So I go to as many home matches as I can. I can't make the away matches. But it's just being there and talking to volunteers and players and coaches and staff and just anyone who's there really, and just chatting and being a friendly face and being there for people to come and say hi to. And obviously the players take it to heart, you know, whether they win or lose. And they can get really down, you know, in the moments after a match. And so it's really great just to be there and support them. So whether we win or lose, I get to be there for people.
So I just want to recommend to you the City Centre Chaplaincy. It's a great way that you can be involved in caring and supporting the people of Derby right where they're at. So if you have a heart to be contributing to the needs of others and sharing and caring for them, then why don't you get involved in the project as soon as possible?
When I first started exploring setting up a chaplaincy in Derby, I went out and about to a number of stores just to meet with the managers and listen to them and what was going on in their place and whether this could really be of benefit to them. And in one store I went to, as I was just introducing the subject with the assistant manager, she interrupted me and she said, "And about time too." She'd been going through some difficulties herself, and what with that and trying to support her staff at the same time, she was delighted to know there would be someone around who could really listen and provide that support. And it is time. People do need to know there's someone who will listen to them, a place where they can feel safe, and ultimately, we hope, the opportunity to discover God's love for themselves. We say, come. God says, go.